Okay, hello everyone and welcome to the Clean Initiative podcast. I'm going to go ahead and play our preamble and we will be right back. What is the Clint Initiative? The Clint Initiative is a multi-phase project to create entertainment here in Minnesota and to distribute that entertainment to the world, starting with this podcast. This podcast is the seed from which everything else will grow. The Clint Initiative is about great music. The Clint Initiative is about great live entertainment. The Clint Initiative is about a sketch show. The Clint Initiative is about short films, very short films, feature films, and film content. As I said, this podcast is the seed from which this initiative will grow. And so far, it's been going like gangbusters. If you want to know how to do a podcast, listen to the Clint Initiative. If you want to know how to do an album, how to find musicians, how to get it recorded, how to get it mixed down, how to distribute it, and how to get a fan base, listen to the Clint Initiative. If you want to know how to put together a sketch show, how to make sure that it's good and create more content over a short period of time, you're listening to the Clint Initiative, and we will help you get there. If you are thinking about doing a short film, you need to be listening to the Clint Initiative. If you're thinking about doing a feature film, you want to be listening to the Clint Initiative. You might even want to be on the Clint Initiative, because that's one of the things that we believe in here at the Clint Initiative. We believe that we are a big tent. If you are ready to create, if you are ready to talk about creating, if you're ready to be about it and to get it done, we want to talk to you. This is the Clint Initiative. My name is Paul, and my co-host is Clint and Jamel. If you are interested in creating content, if you're interested in creating movies, music, television, films, short films, and feature films, then you want to get in touch with us here at the Clint. So, what are we doing? We're throwing it at the wall. We are throwing it at the wall. We're throwing it at the wall. We are throwing it at the wall. We're throwing it at the wall. We are throwing it at the wall to see what sticks, sticks. Huh.
Yeah.
What are we doing? Tirandala a la pair, estamos. Tirandala a la pair, tirandala a la pair, estamos. Tirandala a la pair, tirandala a la pair, estamos. Tirandala a la pair, a ver que si pega.
Hola!
All right, folks, welcome to the Clint Initiative podcast. And it looks like the gang is all here. We have Jamel, we have Clint, and we, of course, have Katie. Now, in the preamble that I played, it didn't say anything about Katie, but that's because we didn't have Katie at that point, but we're going to re-record that at some point so that we can have everybody up on set. This is the point in the show where we check in with everyone to see how their week is going, to see how their upcoming week is going, to see what's happening in their lives, and to see sort of how everything's going. So, do we have any volunteers to go first, or is it ladies first?
Always ladies first.
Oh, you sound nice.
Okay, so Katie, how have things been going with you?
I'm good. I'm here. I'm alive another day. Luchando, estoy aquí. We're here. I'm ready.
Okay, so next, I'm going to go to Clint. Clint, so how are things going with you, my friend, this week?
I would like to say God is so good, guys, and I want to thank you all for having us in your home and on your job. I'm your boy CG here, bringing you hopes and love and high energy with my cup of tea.
Okay, and I of course have my cup of coffee like always. But with the new background, you can't see it unless I put it in front of my face, which is preferred for some people, I'm pretty sure. Jamel, I'm of course going to go ahead and I'm going to check in with you next. So how's your day going, my friend?
My day is going very, very well. Just had a great workout, as you always know. I'm always with my protein shake.
And your 3-hour workout, 3 hours today, or was it less?
It was a little bit less. Unfortunately, the basketball gym was closed, so I wasn't able to start my training in there first. So I just had to make up for it in another form.
Okay. So my update this week is something that Jamel, he clued me into it. And it is, there was a Synergy fashion show this weekend. And that Synergy fashion show this weekend, I videotaped it and I'm editing the video now. And just like with the last proof of concept I did when I did a fashion show, I'm going to have the show version of the edited video along with the extended cut of the video, and people will be able to see it right here on um, on the Clean Initiative podcast channel. So I'm hoping people will check that out. They also have another event coming up this weekend, which I probably won't be at, but if people are interested, they can take a look at the graphic, look up Synergy. And Jamel, do you know whether they are on Eventbrite or not? How would people be able to go to the event they have this weekend if they're interested? Because it has to do, this is Mental Health Month.
Is that
And
panache?
say again?
Is it panache?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, and Synergy has to do with men's mental health. So, with this being Mental Health Month, I'm sure it would be a worthy event for people to actually attend. What do you think, Jamel?
Yeah, I have a feeling that you can go on Eventbrite and you can look it up on there as well. I believe that show, they're having the casting this weekend, and I believe that show is going to be May 26th, I believe.
Okay.
If that's a Sunday, let's double check that.
Usually the link for the tickets is on the page on his page as well on Instagram.
Yeah.
There's also a young, or what is her name? Serene, I
Yes,
believe it is.
Serene Goddess,
Yeah,
or Miss Coco.
she has the tickets on her page as well.
Serene Goddess or Miss Coco?
But she goes
Let's
by
discuss that for a minute. No, never mind.
Serene Goddess on Instagram, so that'll be the way you can find her there. And yes, it is May 26th.
Okay, awesome. So, as people know who have already checked out our test podcast, this is the time where I ask a random question. And this time, I'm going to give you guys a choice for which question you want to answer or which question you want to explore. The first one is, have you seen the short film Lottie? I sent you guys links to it. Were any of you guys able to get a chance to watch Lottie?
I watched it.
Yeah.
Did you watch it, Clint?
Sorry, I missed it out. You know my schedule. Yeah, sorry about that.
So we can either discuss Lottie, or I have a short film that I did for a 48-hour film festival that when I got finished doing that film, it actually sent me to film school because I knew I could do better. So we could either watch that film or we could discuss Lottie.
El otro, the other one. Let me see the other one.
You want to see my short film?
Yeah, you gotta put yourself out there now. You know, it's too late.
What do you think, Jamel? You want to see that too?
I'll let you to decide on which one you want to see.
So what do you think, Clint?
I'm for anything because I haven't seen what it is.
Lottie.
Just so you
Lottie?
guys know.
Lottie.
So I'm for, and I'm interested to see your work, so I could give you my few pointers.
Now remember this.
We did not have a history of working 48-hour film festivals together.
So Well, I did this with two other people, and it's like 8 minutes long, so we can stop it at any time. And if you guys want to react and talk along as it plays,
Sure,
we can make
that's
this
more
a react
interesting.
video as well. Okay,
Yeah, go ahead. I'm for it, man. Let it
so here
roll.
we
Let it
go.
roll.
This film is called Common Sense. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we could hear you.
Okay.
Right over.
So shot in and around Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. This is a place called City Island. And as you'll see, as he starts moving around, there are quite a few who are homeless that actually live there.
What's that he picked up in his hand?
Say again?
He looked at something in his hand. What was it? A coin or something?
Okay.
Yeah, he picked up a coin.
Oh,
That's why it's called coin. You'll see that it's a common theme throughout the story. Which always makes me laugh every time I look at it. And that's the place, it's the Harrisburg Center where they have concerts and stuff.
nice.
We would hang out there all the time, do karaoke there and everything. And that's a really great store in Harrisburg as well. So, in addition to being a short film, it was also like a video log of some of the great places in Harrisburg.
I know those pennies would have go a long way.
Say again?
I said, I know that those pennies would go a long way.
Oh, yeah. But who wants pennies? Come on, man.
I throw them away all the time.
There's a look on her face.
I was gonna say that her face.
Yeah.
That was actually a van I owned when I lived in Harrisburg. And it certainly came in handy for this. Now tell me whether or not you guys can see what's on that paper.
Yeah.
Can you tell what he's saving up for next?
A house.
There you go.
I couldn't see it clearly, but I could make out some of the how the story going, and certain figures that I see, I recognize on the paper. I can know it's a house. So, yeah. All right, I love it.
Okay, so after I did that, we just decided that, so on our rating system, I'm gonna go through each of you guys. Does it stick? Does it need more work? Or do you want to forget about it? What do you think, Katie?
No, I like it. I think that's a positive message. A penny a day. Hey, it goes a long way. Like you said, progress, positive. I like it. It sticks for me.
So what do you think there, Jamel?
I agree with Katie. It's like you may not have what you want right now, but as long as you keep moving forward and you stay focused on your goal, on what you're trying to achieve, you will eventually get there.
Yes.
And Clint, what do you think?
I love the message. The film on itself, I loved it. I love everything about it. I could say the good and the bad, but the bad is not really bad. Just some of my opinion that I picked out. The homeless person was a little too clean for me, but I know that he was homeless. Yeah, he looks a little. That T-shirt looks too white.
Did you see that?
Also, Clint, there are a lot of people that are like that look clean and they don't have a roof over their
No, I'm talking about They could. I have white T-shirts, and I'm clean, and I wash white T-shirts, and it don't be that white
Yeah, but
after use. But let me go back to the
You're different. You're a
puzzle.
different person.
That's
You're
the
a
only
different
thing with the
person,
homeless
Clint.
person. Let me fit. This is my turn to talk, Jamel.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and the good thing about it is that what I learned from it, and everyone could learn from it. A penny goes a long way, which is common sense. Most of us don't have common sense. Sometimes I don't because I don't like keeping penny on my hand. But a penny it goes a long way for someone, especially who is homeless. So I say it sticks, and we could work more on it to
oh yeah,
improve it a little more. It sticks. It definitely sticks.
yeah. Just from going to film school, there's just things that I would definitely do different with that. But as far as the shirt goes, there are a lot of resources out there and places that help homeless people. And when people are homeless, especially in a place like Harrisburg, all they really need to do is to ask for help. And you can get a nice, clean white shirt just by going to a lot of those places because they do give people clothing.
Hmm.
Because
So
they do
he just got that shirt the day before, so it didn't have a
Oh,
chance to get all dirty.
have.
I would
You
take
are.
some like when I was working on a film and I supposed to be all grungy. I remember they gave me a brand new wife beater, and it was too clean. So the makeup person, what they did, they take like dirt or chocolate cocoa and they rub it up on my shirt to get it a little dingy. It don't have to be that dingy, just to make it look a little more convincing.
Well, just to go on forward, I'm going to talk about our only sponsor. Our only sponsor is my company, Cycle Forward Films. Cycle Forward Films is the only sponsor of the Clinton Initiative podcast. And this whole thing was started when I first moved to Minnesota. And I would listen to a lot of Minnesota public radio as I was driving around, and I happened to hear an interview with the guy who runs the Mill City Singers here in Minnesota, and he inspired this entire experiment called the Clinton Initiative Podcast. You don't have to audition to be a member of that professional choir. All you have to do is show up. So that's the same thing I wanted to be able to do with film and with streaming content, with our sketch show that we're going to be doing. If you show up, you can be a part of our sketch show, just like if you show up, you can be a part of the Mill City Singers. And that's what basically created this entire experiment called the Clinton Initiative Podcast. And so far, I'm just really encouraged by what we've been able to accomplish in just a short time that we've been doing the show. So, unless anybody has any other comments, the next thing that we're going to go to is our bracket. This is where I actually get to talk about the different concepts and things that we have in store if we are able to get the supporters and the people supporting the show. Just to give you an idea of what it is, I looked up a definition. A show Bible is a document that outlines the characters, plots, settings, and themes of a television series. Writers pitch show Bibles to network executives and production companies in the hopes that it will procure a production agreement. So, by me having this Bible, I'm actually preparing a virtual copy as well as a hard copy of everything we have coming up on deck. And just as a fun way of showing that to people, we have our Bible bracket here. The first 4 weeks, these are the choices that we made. They competed against each other, and then in the first week, Sentient won. Sentient is all about the first sentient zombie of the zombie apocalypse. Zombies have evolved. They think. Maria Trout is all about social media and about the influence of it and how someone unprepared for fame gets fame. And of course, fame without money. Let's talk about it with Maria Trout. Then we have Straw, which is all about straw gun purchases. That was the winner in week 3. And in week 4, the winner was John Long. Now, coming up in week 5, as soon as I can pull it up, here is our week 5 bracket. First, we have the film Habits, and then we have the film Respect. Now, Habits is all about the things that we do in our lives on a daily basis that can have unintended consequences. For example, uh, have any of you guys ever heard of popcorn lung?
We talked about that.
Yeah, there was a man who he would make microwave popcorn, and every day he would eat 2 bags of microwave popcorn. And whenever that popcorn came out of the microwave oven, oh, he would breathe in those fumes. He really loved the smell of that microwave popcorn. He's got first asterisk in habits. You'll notice that between each letter there's an asterisk. Well, as a consequence of doing that over 10 years, he developed what's called popcorn lung, which normally only people who work in microwave popcorn factories get. But because of that habit, the unintended consequence was popcorn lung, and I believe he also developed a brain tumor. So habits is all about how the unintended consequences of the habits we have. Now, the next film, Respect. In our world today, no one seems to respect anything. They don't respect the living. They don't respect the dead. They don't respect our institutions. They don't respect anything. Well, in this short film, The Start, it's what happens when one person decides they're going to start demanding that respect. And they find an ingenious way of demanding that respect, and suddenly the whole world is on the bandwagon to get RESPECT. Find out what it means to me. RESPECT. And of course, if we can get enough people to donate, we might be able to actually afford to use that song. So, using our rating system, and our rating system is it's either going to stick, needs more work, or you can forget about it. Based on our rating system between habits and respect, which one do you think works for you, or which one is the winner this week? We'll start with Katie.
For me, I think I would do habits just because I can relate more, and I think to find out how these habits can kind of have like a ripple effect, like you said, throughout your life. It would be interesting to see that. So habits for me, que se pega al otro que le tira, para allá,
Mm.
right away.
And that means what? What
Com-
does that mean?
Tírala, como que no se pega, it doesn't stick, no pega.
Okay. And what do you think, Clint? Which one sticks for you?
Or they both actually stick for me, but I have to choose one. But I'm going to talk about a little about elaborate a little bit on habit. Um, what everyone could get, what I see about habit is that showing us, it's going to be teaching us. Some of us are going to have good habits, whether it's bad habits, and in the long run, it's going to have an effect on our life. So habit sticks, and then what's the other one is respect also
Respect.
sticks when I could also add respect in my life. Let's take, for example, I see respect could deal with it could be about an individual who never really stands up for himself and people walks all over him. And the minute he demands respect and he stands up for himself, they think he's disrespectful. So, but if I have to choose, I'm going to go with respect.
Okay. So we've got one vote for habits and we got one vote for respect. Jamel, it's up on you, man. Which one sticks for you? You get to break the tie.
No
Well,
pressure.
honestly, I like both. But for me, the first one I would go with would be Habits, just because Habits has a wide range of things that we could go with a flow on. Respect, I feel like we can have save that for later, because sometimes if a person doesn't even respect themselves, how are they going to expect to get respect from others? But
Mm.
that for me, I feel like can go down, be a little bit further down the line. But habits is first, just because there's so many things that go into play with that. Paul, we even talked about one where a person, if they don't have good posture, or if they're always walking a certain way, or even in the gym, where I see some guys when they're lifting and everything, and they're all hunched over trying to lift this heavy weight, and they consistently do that all the time, and then they think they're all buffed and big with their shoulders hanging over, not realizing as they mature and get older, their back starts to form that same hump, and next you know they're looking like Igor, and they're wondering why they're looking like that. Is because they don't practice good posture, and they don't start out with the proper weight and the proper lifting techniques to keep themselves fit and keep themselves looking strong, because posture is everything when it comes down the line. So
Good
like I
point.
was saying, that's just an example of where habits can take you to many different avenues to make something happen.
Well, I got to tell you guys, this time is just flying by. But it looks like the winner for this week is going to be Habits. But from what you guys were saying, both stick. So at some point, we will be doing both of those films, either as part of the sketch show as a short film, or as as an actual feature film.
I look forward
And
I look forward to doing both.
Yeah, respect can be a
absolute,
good
I
motivational.
say respect. We could do it like almost like uh, it could based on different people, three parts, short episodes, different people showing you how they about to go about earning respect.
well,
It could be about different people, different lifestyles. Three
to
part
give you an
episodes.
idea, about respect,
Hmm.
Clint, to let you know that instead of doing it in the traditional fashion, instead of doing it in the traditional fashion that you're mentioning, respect is all about one person
Okay.
demanding respect, having that be caught on camera.
Hmm.
And instead of people considering them a Karen, people take that as their way in to demanding respect themselves. So to actually we will get to actually show and showcase the response to this person and how other people in their day-to-day lives demand respect.
Nice.
And in my fantasy of the film, it may actually get all the way up to the White House, if you know what I mean. In
Oh
my
boy.
fantasy of what the film could be, it would be something where respect becomes popular again. Respect has always been popular in my book, but different people have different books that they go by.
Hmm.
And unfortunately, they don't always abide by their books. But in the movie Respect makes a comeback. So, as you guys can see, it's now time for us to go to the music updates, where I give you guys an idea that if we get the right kind of support from our investors, then we will actually be able to do music. But in the meantime, for our upcoming listening party and for the demos that we have, I've decided to make karaoke versions of the songs that we already have. So basically, what I will do is during the music update segment of the show, when we play the demo, I will actually play a karaoke video that I made of our demo song. So if you guys wanted to, you could actually sing along.
Whoa.
So, and that's, I think, is just a fun way of being able to show people the potential of the different music that will create the soundtrack that we will use for our sketch show to start with, and then from our sketch show we'll be able to use it for our short films and our feature films. So um, for me, that's a really big update on the that's a really big update for me on the whole concept of presenting the music to an audience. Okay, next, what we're going to do, and as you can tell, what I'm doing here is I'm struggling to find the next slide that I need to show because this is the part of the show where we talked about our founders and our equity crowdfunding.
Mm.
And what I love about the conversation this week for this is that we actually have a founder, our first founder. Okay, in order for me to show it, I need to make room for it. Okay, so we actually do have a founder. We have someone that actually through coffee, they actually
Oh, good.
they actually donated. And here is our first. Okay. Okay, so our first founder was Devin Lowe. He actually donated, and we were able to, and that was all awesome because he donated through coffee.
Coffee, and that's ko-fi.com.
Right. And what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to try to once again put up all the different ways that people can donate to what we're trying to do. And but this is okay. In a second, I'm just gonna forget about it because it's taking too long. I'm still learning the platform, and on our first live show, if things are gonna go wrong, this is when it's gonna happen. So, um, coffee is one of the ways that people can donate to us. They also can donate through our Patreon, and I want to encourage people to join our Patreon. It's free. You can join our Patreon, and through that, when you feel like going up another level, you can. As far as how people can help us now, they can also just like this video. They can watch this video, they can like this video, they can comment on it so that more people will be able to see it.
And
Um,
also, you can share it as well to help us
right.
grow.
And you can share it on the different platforms that you share things so that people will be able to see what we're doing. And if they like what we're doing, if it sticks with them, they will be able to support us. And I'm going to try just one more time to put that supporter. There it is.
Yes.
Those are all the different ways that people can support us. And then we have our GoFund initiative. Um, a little bit goes a long way, So as we get ready to end the show, believe it or not, a little goes a long way. Any
That's good. That's good that we watched your short film because that also comes into common sense with this right here. A
Perfect.
little bit goes a long way.
Absolutely, a little bit goes along. Every quarter, every penny, every dime, every nickel. Our first founder only donated $20, but that's $20 we didn't have yesterday, and that's more than we had. So this is really a grassroots effort where we're growing things from the ground floor. We're building a house, and we're building a house where everyone who is a part of that will benefit from it. And that's where the talk about equity crowdfunding comes
Hmm.
into play.
And you can be a part of our inner circle to help us grow.
If you're one of our founders or one of our inner circle, you definitely will benefit from it. So as you can see, I learned a lot from public radio. They're always asking for money, so I figure I'll be like public radio. And with that money, that the first phase of our initiative is this podcast. The second phase of our initiative is the sketch show. As a part of supporting those two things, the third part of our initiative is the EP that we will be producing from the demos that we have for songs that we are going to be producing. So I want to show you how it can really benefit everyone. Um, I'm gonna revisit a film that we talked about in one of our shows we did in 2023. The
Mm,
film Talk to Me. It was produced for a budget of 4.5 million, and as you can see here in this box office run, it made $92 million.
I
So it
love that.
doesn't take a lot for us to be able to produce a good film with a good story that will draw an audience and
If
will
And if
ultimately
you
be.
don't mind, Paul, let's take it back a little bit further. Let's go to Blair Witch and just show what little bit can how that can turn into something just from everyone helping us out, and that believe in us.
You read my mind. Blair Witch was produced for $60,000, and it made in its box office run $248.6 million.
Wow.
Now, I'm going to go for something that's more along our speed. I'm going to go for something that really hits us where we live, because a lot of times people will think, well, you're not going to be able to get $60,000, or people will think, well, you're not going to be able to get, you certainly aren't going to be able to get $4.5 million. Come on, what are you thinking? Are you drunk? Are you on drugs? Come on. Well, here's a little film called Paranormal Activity. Do you guys remember how much Paranormal Activity was made for? Do you
I
remember?
think it's anywhere between what, like 10 to 15,000, somewhere around there. Yeah.
Wow.
Paranormal Activity was made for $15,000. In its box office run, it made 194.2 million.
Wow.
Now, as you can see from that, people connected to the story, people connected to um, what they were doing with that film, and also the marketing of it made it successful. It took a film that at film festivals, it developed that word of mouth. It was a proof of concept to show that word of mouth can grow a business, can grow a film. It can really result in success. And the way we're doing what we're doing, we're going to find that diamond in the rough. We're going to find that person who's just waiting for one opportunity to be that breakout star. I have faith in that idea. I think that it's going to happen, and I'm willing to sort of put my money where my mouth is and just sort of say, hey, the possibilities are endless. And like Jamel said the other day when we were talking, if we build it, they will come. If we build the studio for doing the sketch show, they will come. The investment is small, but the payoff is tremendous. Um, so
The
that is, huh?
I said the hustle in general is real. If anybody sees the opportunity, they're gonna take it. We're all out here trying to push forward. So I agree. I think they're gonna take the opportunity if they see it.
Yeah, and as you can see from
Hmm.
that music playing, we have had a great show. I think that as we do it from week to week and as we start going live, our audience will continue to grow the way it's already been growing. So this is where everybody gets to have their final word. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put you up on stage. Katie, what is your final word?
Every time. Jay first. I want to say thank you. I'm excited. I'm happy. I think our first live went amazing. I think the flow was just natural in general. And I want to say thank you to everybody for supporting and keep sharing and liking and just show the support. If we work together, we will progress together. So for the Spanish speaking audience, gracias por habernos, gracias por venir. And yeah, that's all I have to say.
Okay. And since she wanted you to be on the spot, Jay, hey, Jay, what are your final words to the audience?
I'm not Jay.
I mean, Clint.
I'm not ready.
What's wrong with your initiative? It's Clint.
Hey, Clint, I'm sorry. I'm an old man. Give me a break.
Hey, we all don't look alike. I just want to give a shout out before I give my last word to Kipton Bonet, Julian Robin, Alisa Robinson, Bishop Casey Moore, and Jolanta Young. Thank you all for your comments. I've been reading them. And what I would like to say to you guys, listen to everyone, learn from everyone, because nobody knows everything, but everyone knows something.
Oh, yeah, I can go along with that one.
He came prepared today. Oh, snap. I got
Find your own style. Hey. I come prepared every day.
If you're always ready, you don't have to get ready, huh?
I'm ready like Freddie.
Okay, so Jamel, what are your last words to our audience?
I just want to say thank you, everyone, for listening and watching us here for our first live YouTube show. Just always think of this. If you're ever going through something, just know if you stay calm, take deep breaths, and just stay focused, you'll find a way to get through it, and it will pass. And just also remember this too. Like when you're trying to build something and you don't feel like you're going anywhere, you know, it's good to reach out to others because there's strength in numbers, which means there'll be strength in numbers with helping us build here as well. So if you really like us and you like what we're doing here and we have great ideas and you want to see this go further, please like, comment, and share to continue to help us grow. Remember, you can also just buy us a cup of coffee on Coffee, which is ko-fi.com. Also, we have our Patreon as well, which you can look that up too. So yes, everyone have a lovely day. And we look forward to seeing you again soon.
Well, we actually look forward to seeing them next week because we're going to be here every week from now on
That's right.
for the foreseeable future. So as our audience continues to grow and people check us out in their time zones, they'll be able to join us when we're live. And my final word is coming soon. We will have a word from the sketch show, where we will talk about some of the ideas that are part of the Bible that is the sketch show, where we actually can talk about some of the things that are going to happen on the sketch show, as well as the short films and other ideas we have in mind. Now, my final word to the audience is animators assemble. The Clint Initiative podcast animation initiative is coming.
All right.
The animation initiative is coming. The animation initiative is coming.
I'm getting all animated.
So we're all pretty animated anyway, but I've been messing around with some software. As a matter of fact, on the next show, I might actually show my first foray into CGI, which is hilarious. You know, that's one of the advantages. Go to film school, you get to play around with some of the technology. And while I may not be good at it, but it does tell us the possibilities of CGI, which we can see all the time. And it's actually pretty easy to do, but it takes a lot of practice to be good at it. So that's why we're looking for animators who are already good at what they do, so we can put them to work as part of the Clint Initiative podcast. And those are my final words. And if no one has anything else, we're going to end this stream with a hearty thank you to our ever-growing
Jamel have a finger up.
and I hold like, comment, and share. What do you have to say there, Jamel?
I just want to say thank you, Katie. Thank you, Clint. Thanks, Paul. Thanks for all of us being here and believing in what we have. And, you know, it's going to happen. It's common sense. It's going to take one step at a time, but it will happen.
Yeah, and as long as we all sort of hang in there and we're here every week and people get used to seeing us, it will grow. And I'm just really more enthusiastic than ever now that we have a founder who I will show that screen next week.
Thank you so much, founder, and I thank you for that cup of coffee. We love you. Thank you.
Oh yes. Oh yes.
Absolutely. And
What's his name again? I want to shout him out right now and tell him how much I appreciate that. What's his name again? The coffee
Give me
guy.
Give me 1 second. I'm going to see if before we leave, I can get it up on deck. So
okay.
There it is.
Oh,
it worked this time.
Thank you, Devin.
Oh, bless you. Thank you.
Devin. Thank you so much, Devin. Thank you so much for that coffee, man. I'm a coffee
and
drinker.
As you can see,
we love you, man. Thank you so much. So appreciate it.
Yes, he is in fact our first founder, and someone who, when we benefit, he will benefit as well.
Gratitude is attitude. Thank you so much.
So it would be really funny if now that I got it up there, I can't get it off the screen.
Well, we need to put him on the highlight. He needs to shine bright a little bit.
That means it sticks.
Mm-hmm.
It definitely sticks. So I'm going to go ahead and end this podcast. It's been a lot of fun. And tune in next week. Like, comment, and share. And with that, the Clint Initiative podcast is on the air.
Deuce.
And you can also give us feedback.